Tim from your loan shop. He's been a mortgage broker for over 10 years and helped hundreds of his clients realise their real estate dreams. So thanks for joining us, Tim.
Pleasure to be here, Phil. Thank you.
Today we want to be talking to you about just the simple task of getting a loan, which I guess is not so simple, right, for some?
No, it can be quite simple.
Yeah, so if
you've got the desire to do it, you've got the funds to be able to achieve it, then yeah, we can do it.
Fantastic. So what would make an ideal candidate for getting a home loan?
Someone that's prepared, really. Someone that has income,
yeah.
And lives within their means and a good savings history.
So that all comes down to that serviceability.
Yeah. Well, obviously, we need to show ability to be able to service the debt that the applicant is wanting to borrow, and holistically looking at all their living expenses and their other liabilities, etc., etc. But really, any lender is going to want to make sure that you can repay the debt. Simple, really.
So what would be the best time for someone to engage with their mortgage broker or lender when they're considering getting a loan?
As soon as they decide that they want to, even if they don't think they have enough money saved. My favourite clients and the best clients I have are those that get in touch with me very, very early on in the process. So I can work with them, walk with them through the journey and mould them into the best client they can, or best applicant they can possibly be, to have the best chance of success. Really.
Fantastic.
And I really have no problem with being with someone for 2 years. And I have clients that I'm with for 2 years before they actually take that step. And they know they're not alone doing it, They've got my support.
Yeah, that's awesome. So going off that, what would be the right amount? How much deposit does someone really need to get a home loan these days?
We have what's called a requirement for 5% genuine savings. I'm going for the minimum amount. 5% genuine savings is what most lenders require to show ability, of the purchase price, 5% of the purchase price. Generally, you're going to need a little bit more than that because there are costs involved, even if they're first home buyers and they don't have to pay stamp duty, or they don't have the requirement to pay stamp duty, but there are other costs involved. So 5% plus costs. Let's call it that minimum.
So 5% minimum.
Plus costs.
Plus costs, of course. And what information would someone need before they apply for a loan?
I guess if an applicant is a wage earner, then minimum I'll require 2 pay slips, 2 consecutive pay slips, and their latest income statement, or PAYG summary, or what we used to call a group certificate. Bank statements showing savings history. And there are other documents that are required as well, but I've got templates that I can, walk an applicant through what's required.
Fantastic. And pre-approval, I just wanted to talk with you about that because us as real estate agents, that's a question we ask a lot of our clients, are you pre-approved? I just wanted to speak with you about that process. Do you think that's worthwhile someone getting before they start looking?
Look, during the process of assisting an applicant get ready to purchase a property, we're doing a lot of the activities that a pre-approval requires. Like we're looking at their serviceability, we're looking at their deposits, we're looking at their savings history, we're looking at them holistically with living expenses and liabilities, and making sure that they can achieve what they want to achieve. But to do an application for a pre-approval, it's called a pre-approval, and absolutely, it is something that introduces an applicant to a lender when they choose which lender they want to go with, and the lender will assess it. Most of the time, they'll fully assess it, but the answer that comes back from the lender has conditions. The application is called a pre-approval, but it spits out a pre-approval. But I always say with conditions. Minimum conditions are going to be satisfactory security, as in, is the property something the lender wants to take as a security. Valuation needs to be retained in the purchase price. If they're in lender's mortgage insurance territory, then it's subject to lender's mortgage insurance approval. So, yes, it's a pre-approval, but there's got to be, you need to address those conditions to get formal approval.
So they're two different things. Pre-approval and formal approval, two different
Yeah, well, pre-approval's without the contract on a property. Formal approval is when you do have that contract on the property.
I think that's very helpful for people to know. Thank you so much, Tim. I think you've really provided our viewers with a lot of information. I know I've learned a lot. I just want to thank you again, and thank you all for joining us. If you'd like any information on anything you've seen in this video or anything Tim's talked about, please get in touch and I'll be happy to pass on Tim's number from your loan shop. Thanks again for joining us, and from me here at Robertson Realty, it's time to expect more.